DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.
So, we live in a world full of wonders, and you're taking your time to spend it with this ugly guy like me. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm shocked because I went from literally watching your videos, watching your episodes of YouTube, listening to your music, and now I have you on my Zoom to ask you questions that I know are probably going to make you be like, same questions, but also questions are going to be like, okay, all right, make you think a little bit. All right.
All right, I'm up for it.
So I want to talk a little bit about this song that I played yesterday. It was called "Heaven Is Real," and it gave me a vibe, like a whole vibe of where you're from, the LA area, and it also spoke to me in regards to just like seeing, like making me feel as if like the person that's making these songs has been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that, you know, you've taken time to heal, you've taken time to reflect on everything. So my question is more so hello?
Hey.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So when it comes down to writing these songs and making these songs, how do you deal with having to kind of relive some of these things that you taken time to heal from and get past?
I feel like that's all a part of my healing. So when I sing the records, it's just kind of me letting it out a little bit more.
So is there times where like have you ever had the times where you thought to yourself like, you know what, I don't know if I want to put this out? Because I know like there's another song that you have out called the Hurt, I believe it's called Hurt.
Hurt Like Me. Yeah.
Hurt Like Me. Yeah. So like that's a whole nother situation in itself. So you're releasing these songs and you're talking about personal experiences. And I know that there are people that are going to connect to these songs and they may be living in that same situation now. So like, how do you determine which situations you want to kind of write out and put out to the world to kind of let your fans and the people listening to your music kind of get more in tune with you and you as an individual?
I think I just go based upon whatever like might be triggering me at the moment. Like, let's say if like somebody did some shady stuff to me or something reminded me of something from my past, and it just kind of naturally come out.
Now, is there anybody that you're looking forward to working with? Because I've been, like I said, I've been doing research on you, and I've seen that you worked with 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙏𝙏, Beyonce. You just did some stuff with Marvel, and it's just like you're getting these phone calls now. Like, how was that feeling of these calls coming in now, and you're getting your flowers while you're here, and you're getting that acknowledgement of your hard work and your talent? Like, how does that feel?
It feels good. I feel like I've been doing this for about 11 years. I've been in the industry. So it's like one of those like, oh, I knew we were going to get here eventually, but it took a long time.
Right. Was there any times that you were like, you know what, I'm over this, I'm done with it? I'm like, you just was discouraged? Several
years.
How did you get over those hills?
I don't know, I just feel like the music owns me. I don't know how to explain that. I always say if there's this music god or something, that it owns me, because I remember I used to move to different states just to restart my life over. And I just end up right back in a recording studio, and it never failed. Like, I'm like, what do you mean you do music? Gosh. And it would be like small things. It'd be like, oh, I'm at the top of the Palms where Michael Jackson used to record. And I'm like, oh, great, I can't get away from this shit.
Wow. So what's that experience like to be in some of these places and be around these people? Like, is it like you finally living your dreams? Is it more so like, you know what, I knew I was going to be here at eventually, and it's just like, you know what, okay, this feels good. Like you just want to give yourself a pat on the back. Like, is it shocking to you? Is it more like, okay, cool, yeah, it's time?
I'm not going to get my shocking moment until I get in the studio with Kanye. So until I'm in the studio with Kanye, then I just everything, because I've been doing it for so long, I'm just like, oh man, I hope I'm able to give you something that is beneficial. It's like, it's more of a servitude at the end of the day. It's like, I hope that I can write you something that's good for you. You know what I mean?
Has there been times that you've been nervous, like when you got that call, like, hey, this person wants to work with you, you're kind of like, no? Or is it kind of like, you know what? I'm just going full force with it and I hope they like what I give them.
Sorry, I had a call coming in. Oh, did I lose you? Sorry. No, when I met 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜, I think she was such a big energy. This is like 1990. This is 2019. This is before her career started bubbling up so much. And I don't know why I was nervous to meet her because there was such an age gap. And I just didn't understand the music, and everyone was just like, you're gonna fit perfectly with her. And I was a little intimidated. I was like, oh my God, I hope that I can connect with this artist and be able to give them something that they need, you know?
And that's got to take a lot of energy, a lot of effort. I actually heard you talk a little bit about your name. Like you had other names before you got to Bodhi, Saint Bodhi. So this guy, Saint, right, that you said you took your name and now you're kind of sticking it to him because you are of celebrity status, in my opinion, right? Has he ever reached out to you yet? Like, hey, just want to kind of apologize about what's going on?
There's been contact, but no apology. You know, douchebags don't apologize like that.
Why do us guys act like that? I don't know.
I mean, he is fairly young, so I don't know. Yeah.
So we were locked up inside the house for COVID, pretty much a year, right? And you didn't really get a chance to be on stage. Is that something that you're looking forward to doing?
Yeah, that kind of sucks, but I am looking forward to going back on stage. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: me being a fan of your music, and I have yet to see you perform, right? What is the experience going to be like at a Bodhi show? Like, what's it going to taste like? What's it going to smell like in there? Like, what am I going to experience when you hit that stage?
I feel like I have a very hypnotizing energy to me when I'm on stage. So I kind of trance people out. Like, just, you might be tranced out. That's the best way to put it.
Okay. Now, is there any, besides your hit records, you got Flower Child, you got Hurt, the new single out, you have Heaven, you got that new single out. Is there any other songs that you've created that you are anxious to perform or just to get the energy back from your fans when you do touch the stage?
Flower Child's always fun to sing when I'm on stage because that was like the first song that really introduced me to my career. Yeah, that's a fun one, and people usually sing that one back, so I'm really like, hey.
Okay. But what about any of the other ones on the projects and other music that you release? Like, what other songs are you looking forward to performing?
I have a project coming out with Nephew. Hurt Like Me, I would love to perform Hurt Like Me. Antisocial is a song on that album. And then Guide Me to the Light. So I have a new album coming out August 6th. So no one's really heard those records before.
So is there any features that we're going to be looking to shock us when it's like, ooh, she's working with this person?
Not this project. Not this next one coming out. I wish, but no, not this particular project.
Okay. So how do you choose? Is it the label that's deciding on what records are going on the project, or you have full creativity and you're kind of picking them based off of how you feel about the story that you're trying to tell on each project, or this project in particular?
I feel like it's more of like a collaborative thing, but at the end of the day, I have my own creative freedom. But there might be a record like that might be a little risky, and I'll talk to my manager and the label, and we'll have a nice healthy debate. So sometimes we do have those records. For the most part, it's just my own energy.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit more about Hurt Like Me, this single out, right? Watching the music video, powerful. What was it like doing some of these scenes, especially the ending scene? Like, I could tell by the way you was talking to this guy that was in that trunk, you really meant business, right?
We had some really funny stuff happening.
Yeah, like what was some of the bloopers? What was some of the blooper things? I know, like I said, it's watching the video, I seen the energy. You made the lyrics come to life. Like, what was some of the stuff behind the scenes that happened that didn't make it to like the video itself?
Well, one of the tires were balding. The power steering went out. Um, I'm trying to think. There was this really annoying person on set that I won't say his name, but he was, I don't know if he was on drugs. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but he was like running around on set, and my hairstylist was like, "Leave her the fuck alone! Like stop talking to her."
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the most part, everything was chill. I mean, I got like a wedgie, like just because my outfit was too tight. I remember having like the worst wedgie.
Yeah. So was that you at Naked doing the driving, or was it like a stunt person doing the driving when it was like the drifting and stuff like that, or was it you?
It was me.
It was you. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
maybe not. Who knows?
All right. So what are some of the things that Saint Bodhi likes to do outside of music?
I like to play video games. I like to play with animals. That's my thing. I like cats and dogs. Watch a lot of horror movies, watch a lot of sci-fi movies, and spend time with my family. I'm pretty simple. Go to museums.
Okay. Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on that. All right.
Yeah.
And you talked a little bit about movies. What was the worst horror movie that you've seen before? What's the worst one?
It wasn't the worst horror movie. I just felt like my eyes got raped. The Human Centipede. It wasn't that it was bad. It was just like I felt really violated after I watched that movie.
Yeah.
You just violated my whole earth, my whole being, you know.
So now that your music is getting the recognition that it deserves, right? Once you reach, I would say, a good standpoint in your mindset on your music flowing, it's just kind of taking it where its course, where it needs to go. What are other outlets that you plan on venturing into, like acting maybe, or,
acting, mental health advocates, women's rights, as far as Black women's rights, and hopefully doing some screenplays and becoming an X-Men, hopefully. I would just like to become an X-Men. That'd be really cool.
Okay. Again, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I do have two other questions I do want to ask you, right? One question is going to be, once everything, everybody has their time, right? They have their time to put out their music, put out whatever material that they want the people to remember them for, right? What is it that you want the people to remember you for? Once you say, you know what, I've done enough, I want to sit back and enjoy my fruits of my labor. Like, what is it that you want them to remember you for?
My honesty.
Okay. Honesty. Through music or just as a whole?
Just as a human. Like, I just feel like I'm real. Like, I'm always just like, I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. I'm gonna tell you how I feel with my music. I'm just really like, just kind of straight to the point. I want people to pick on, I feel like we live in a society where a lot of people don't like to be transparent with their emotions because of course, our societal upbringings. But I just feel like I'm trying to teach people to be more real. Just fucking say it. Like, it's so
Got you. Now, is there any tours coming up with you? Now that music is
not at the moment, no. We're still trying to hook some of that up.
Okay. Who would you want to go on tour with if you were to go on tour with someone?
Kendrick.
He's gotta give us some music. He's been hiding.
I know. He needs to give me an album right now. Him and like Frank Ocean needs to give me another album. I know he's dealing with a lot, but I need the album.
Got you. Well, listen, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me. The last question that I need to ask for you is, would you be willing to do a radio drop for me?
Sure.
All right. Pretty much just shout out DJ Tygga Ty, and anything else you want to say in between that, just shout out DJ Tygga Ty.
Yo, Saint Bodhi, shout out to DJ Tygga Ty. And I don't know what else to
say. Say stop playing.
Stop playing? Just say stop playing, right? Stop playing.
Okay. Listen, continue to keep putting out music. You have my full support where I'm at. Hopefully you'll press the follow button because you reposted me. But she ain't pressed the follow yet. I was like, I ain't
reposted you. You know, I be trying to make a habit of just like reposting because I don't be knowing what be happening sometimes on my Instagram, but I look and then follow you because I don't be knowing who I'll be reposting sometimes. I apologize.
It's all good. Listen, I'm gonna see you again eventually, and when we run into each other, I hope that our next interview we could talk a little bit more about what else you ventured into, and talk a little bit more about the project that's gonna release, and I hope that you continue to proceed in life with nothing but peace, manners, respect, and positive energy. You get me?
I appreciate you.
All right, take care.
All right, thank you.
Bless.
DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.